Yeah, we got something new today, fella. This one right here for the niggas. We got something new today.
Yeah, you better. Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yes, today we're going to talk about the consistent phenomenon of men not approaching women when they're out, when they're at the coffee place, when they're at the workplace. It's, I guess, just a plague upon society that is impacting young women right now who want to be approached and who want a little bit of attention to be paid to them. But is that the case for all women?
Bro, am I the only one that's been saying that men is not approaching women? You know what I'm saying? That's been like a trend now all over YouTube, bro. I've been seeing it a lot now. I don't know what it is, but I don't know, man. Let's see what she gotta say. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be giving my perspective on probably why niggas just not approaching no more, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And that seems to be the problem. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this phenomenon, in the age group of 18 to 25, for young men, around 50% of them say they have never approached a woman, not once, not ever, in a romantic or sexual capacity. They just cannot find it in themselves to walk up to a girl and hit her up and ask for her number. Now, when asked why they can't find this drive to do so, most of them are expressing that they don't want to be seen as a creep or be accused of sexual harassment in the wake of this whole Me Too movement thing that's happened. Many of them are saying they don't want to deal with.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're not gonna come off as a creep if you're attractive. If you're attractive, you ain't gonna come off as no creep. Especially if you do it the right way, you ain't gonna come off as when women say, "Oh, he's creepy." She's only saying that to men that she doesn't find attractive. That's it. She's only saying it to men that she don't find attractive, that's ugly to her. Now, if you're attractive and you go up to her, she's not gonna find you creepy. I promise you.
Sort of negative social judgment that is going to come on the other end of hitting on
if you look good, you smell good, if you got confidence, you look good, go up to her. She's not gonna think you're creepy. But now if you ugly and if you unattractive, yes, she's gonna think you creepy. But if you're attractive, y'all know, bro. If you're attractive, bro, you get a lot of passes, bro. You just do, bro.
And maybe being unsuccessful. And of course, a lot of them don't want to deal with the unsuccessful aspects of hitting on a woman, being rejected. So now we're in this weird space of having a lot of young women who presumably do not want to be approached when they're out in public, when they're at work, when they're hanging with friends, when they're at the gym, and having a group of young women who do want to be approached. And overwhelmingly, men are saying, we are not going to approach you. And I guess that's how we get videos like this.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
Oh, by the way, I guess I should address this change.
Let me just say this. See how she just made that right there? She's not talking about ugly dudes. She's talking about the ballers. That's it. She's not talking about you ugly niggas. She's talking about just touch a boob. See what she just said? She's not talking about ugly niggas. So if you unattractive, she's not talking about y'all. She's talking about the guy very attractive. Y'all know that nigga King? Now he can do that, even though he's not gonna do that. See, an unattractive guy can touch. He talking about, what did she just say? Touch a boob or something? What she just say?
Pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
Oh, she's talking about an attractive guy, not you ugly niggas. She's not even gonna give you a chance. She's talking about guys like King. Y'all know that guy King. You know they be comparing him to Duke Dennis. Him. They talking about guys like him. She knows what she's talking about. Not talking about nobody unattractive. See how she just said that? Now an unattractive guy go up to her and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do the same thing," and you ain't gonna get no results. You're not gonna get nothing back in return. And you're gonna be wondering like, dang, why? Because she's talking about the ballers. She's not talking about you. It's a difference. But they don't know how to come out and say that. They're just gonna say this.
I guess I should address this change in setup. I am out and about traveling, and while I am not a single young woman who is out traveling, I do see a lot of young women who are, and these girls are getting glammed up to the nines to hit the streets in hopes of being hit on, and apparently it's just not happening for them. And I'm seeing a lot of young women who are responding in the very same way that this young girl is, and this is getting hella responses. I mean, tens of thousands of people, I think, are responding to this video at this point and expressing their opinion as to why this is not happening for these young women. And many of them are blaming women themselves. Now, I'm going to read you some of the most viral responses to this video so that you can understand what I'm seeing. Lulu says, nobody wants to say this, but the well-intended Me Too exposés metastasized into hysterical witch hunts, creating an environment of fear that altered human mating habits for a generation. TLDR, we've been scaring the bros. And I can't say that that's not true. In a lot of the surveys that I looked up, sort of trying to figure out why men are not approaching women, most of them said they did not want to be perceived as creepy, they did not want to deal with any sort of sexual harassment allegations, and they didn't want to be freaked out on by a woman who did not want to be approached. And so many people are echoing this exact sentiment. Chadley says women will literally start a global witch hunt against flirting, successfully destroy it, forget, and then start a new movement complaining that nobody is hitting on them. Bizlet says, would you apply for a job with an insane list of requirements? And furthermore, the company gets insulted for giving them your resume and makes a scene about it. And lastly, you get this little cartoon of a cat sitting on a window. And the cat says, I'm so lonely. Why must I live this life alone in solitude? Somebody comes to pet the cat. The cat says, don't touch me. Will this loneliness ever end? So, wow. We're scaring the hoes. We're scaring the bros, I guess, as people are saying here. This has overwhelmingly been the response to the...
Yeah. Now, that's a great analogy, though. That's a great analogy.
That I showed you, that women have actually created this problem by going after men for hitting on them or trying to pursue them romantically. And of course, many are leaning on the example of the Me Too movement, which of course was well-intended. They wanted to go after predators, harassers, people who were actually not well-intended in their pursuit of women. But now we've crossed a line, I guess, where men who are hitting on women with good intentions, who just want to go on a date, maybe get a girlfriend, maybe even just get a one-night stand, which is, you know, not the worst thing in the world, have been accused of being creepy. So men are backing off and saying, you know what, if you don't want me to hit on you, if you don't want me to pursue you, that's exactly what I'm going to...
That's understandable, though. You know, I feel like that is understandable, bro. We're not trying to go to jail. But it's just like, it's actually, bro, this is sad, bro. Like, you find a girl attractive, bro, you can't even introduce yourself, like, and you genuinely want to get to know this person. You can't, 2025, that's not happening. Like, which is weird, bro. Like how you think we got here, my nigga? I'm like back in the 80s and the 90s when our mom and them was coming up. Man, they actually had to go out and talk and, you know what I'm saying, actually meet this person. But now it's just like, you know, none of that's happening. Everything's happening online, Instagram, little stuff like that, man. It's just terrible. Like,
I'm going to sit here, I'm going to stick with my guys when I'm going out, or I'm just going to not go out at all, and I'm not going to approach you. And we've actually documented this phenomenon on this channel on multiple occasions. I showed you a video of a girl who got a compliment, albeit a sexual compliment, at a gym, and she went and accused the guy of sexual harassment, created an entire scene, and all he did was say one thing and leave her alone. We had another video recently of a young girl who got approached mildly, I mean mildly, at a Whole Foods. And she came to her car and made a whole video about the guy being a freak and saying that men are going crazy in their pursuit of women. So this is not really being created out of thin air, this idea that men are going to be accused of being creepy for pursuing women. But is that all that's going on? I don't know. When I think about the women that I know, most of them are single. Most of them want to be approached. So I'm trying to think of what other groups of women exist. Of course, there are those who don't want to be approached. And I think something we're not talking about necessarily is women who say they don't want to be approached, but they actually do. and women who say they want to be approached, but they only want to be approached by a specific type of guy. And I started to look into this because, of course, a lot of the manosphere guys are talking.
I always tell you, these women expectations is so high, and I think social media have done it though, bro. Like I think it has. Like a lot of women think they deserve this type of guy, but bro, you're not even on that level, dog. Like it's okay to have standards and what you like, but like sometimes, bro, it's just out the roof. The expectations is just too high, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think social media kind of played a big role in it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like now the attractive guy that you want to approach you, it's like they don't want to approach you now, because sometimes, bro, she'll like you. I mean, this may not be all the time for the case, but she'll get the guy that likes her, and sometimes she will still reject him, all because, you know, she gets an ego boost out of it. You know what I'm saying? Just weird stuff like that, bro. That's why niggas don't want to do it no more. Like, it's not because it's creepy. It could be multiple things, bro. It's a lot of things why men are not doing it. You'll get a woman that's a 6.5, a 7, bro. Like, she thinks she's a 9 or 10. Like, it have made everything so difficult, bro. It really has.
This 666 phenomenon, the idea of 6 figures, 6-pack, and 6 foot tall. And I wanted to see if there were any numbers on just how many women are looking for this criteria. As far as height, I did find some numbers. It says only 15% of women show interest in 5'8" men on dating apps, and 60% of them are going for a man who is 6 foot tall or taller, and I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So there is an energy of going on dating apps, wanting to make romantic connections, wanting to be approached by men, but you'll be disappointed if you're approached by the wrong man. I saw a bunch of men online saying that they've noticed that women who say they want to be approached often wants to have that approach in order to reject the man. They see some sort of power or strength in being able to reject guys, and they'll do so very rudely. This TikTok is going to exemplify exactly that.
Can I get your number? Oh. You think you are getting with him? Get the f*** out of here. You think you're getting his number? What restaurant are you taking him to? Wait, how much money do you make? Surely you make like 7 figures, right? You're too short. You gotta grow up a little bit, and then you can maybe get with him.
That's exactly how it be, bro. Jokes have truth in them. That's exactly how females be, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, hey, you can walk away. Walk away. He doesn't want you. Hello? Are you listening? Are you listening? He doesn't want your snap. You're nobody. You're nothing. You're a bomb. You're a bomb. He doesn't want you. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I would take your Insta, though. If you got Insta, I would take your Insta.
And I gotta say, I have seen this firsthand, and it's awful. There are beautiful young women who go out and they say they're looking to be approached or they want a little bit of attention, but what they're really waiting for is to claw out the eyes of the first man who has the audacity to hit on them. So that's a little bit of the problem too. And I don't want to make this entire video seem like it's blaming women for this vacuum that now exists when it comes to being hit on and approached when they go out, but there's a lot of evidence. There's a lot of evidence stacked against some women, we shall say. And when I try to think of what men's share of this problem is, maybe it is just a general masculinity problem and the suffocation of masculinity, but who's responsible for that? It's a multifaceted issue. There's also the issue of hookup culture. People are going in, they're hooking up, they're having one-night stands, and if you're somebody who is not interested in that sort of environment, not interested in that sort of outcome, I think you're more likely to just outright reject the people who are approaching you, because we just assume that if you are a young person who's approaching somebody at a bar or when they're out, that's probably what you want out of the interaction. So that's probably cutting off a lot of what could be healthier development developments when it comes to approaching a woman when they're out and about. This issue is so multifaceted, and I guess men and women both share their slices of the blame when it comes to this being a problem. But what I'm seeing on the internet, which of course is not representative of what's happening out in the real world, is men just over and over and over saying that women are responsible for this outcome, and that's the reason that they are not approaching women. So women, are we responsible for this? Ladies, is it our fault? And if it's not, we need to defend ourselves in the comments right now, because men are coming after us and saying the Me Too movement, the rejection, the accusations of being a creep, a freak, the negative social judgment, this is what's creating this scenario that's consistently playing out with young women, where they're getting all dolled up. They want some attention. They maybe want to find a man at the end of the night, and they're not able to do so. They're not getting dates. They're not getting hookups. They're not getting numbers even. So let us know in the comments down below, ladies, is it our fault? If it's not, whose is it? Men, do you agree or disagree with some of the statements in this video? Drop it down below. I'm so open to other interpretations of what's happening, because it was like an echo chamber. The amount of people who are saying this is women's fault and we just don't want to be accused of being creepy, and you guys created the problem with this whole witch hunt thing. So I'm open to other interpretations. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I encourage...
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not women only want to be approached by a guy named Chad. If someone other than Chad approaches them, they will be upset. Exactly. They only want it from the guy that they attracted to, that they like, which is nothing wrong with that, bruh. That's what all that trying to be creepy. She's only saying that to guys that she don't find attractive. Like that's it. But I don't understand why women, like, only way this could change, bro, is if women start approaching men. Like, why you don't do that? Like, go out there and get what you want. They won't do that, though. Like, because men don't get approached. That would be nice, bro, if a woman approaches a man, bro. Like, why we don't get approached, man? Like, they will not do it. So niggas is just, nowadays, bro, niggas just throwing in the towel. Because y'all saying they creepy, they this, they that. And some guys may not be a 6 foot this and that, but they're good looking at this and that. If it's one of those things that's messed up, she gonna automatically disqualify you. Like, that's what I be meaning by expectations is high. She want a LeBron James. Like, bro, the average guy not doing that. It's some niggas that look good, got everything in order. He's single. He's doing it by himself. He actually doing good for himself. But you don't approach him. You don't do nothing. Approach him. Like, women need to start approaching men. Maybe it'll be much better. Go after what you want. It makes it much easier. And you'll actually stand out. Because no man, nobody. So y'all gonna be complaining. Like, this is what's happening. Niggas is just saying, fuck it. We ain't talking. We ain't approaching. You're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get called creepy. It's like it's you're not getting no return on your investment. It's just a waste of time. But that's it for that video, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing some more reaction video like this. That's just my opinion, what I think. Until next time, though, man. You know what I'm saying? We out.